Someone in the comments mentioned pencils made in India, and I have looked for pencils before just because I like to, and they're cheap to collect and it's easy to get a bunch of them, so I paid about $20 for these 3 boxes. Doms, Nataraj, and Apsara. And I'd never heard of these pencils before. Thank you to the person who gave me the names. And so even though I looked what I thought pretty hard the last time that I looked at pencils, I failed. So I'm glad that somebody in the comments mentioned these. So I'll just go from, I tested them and I'll show what they look like when you write with them. Let me see how I go about this. So I'll just go and show the packaging. Number one, that's something that really, it's really interesting that I didn't expect to become a pencil collector so quickly into my my math endeavors. But sure enough, I think I'm going to start buying different pencils from different countries just for fun. Not all the time, but like once a month, once every couple of months, just for fun. So Doms is a separate company from the company that makes these two, which is Hindustan Pencils. And I think Doms has like some Italian ownership. What you find in the pencil world is large companies, a lot of concentrated production. And so it's really hard to find, it's not hard to find, but it's not easy to find a pencil made in X country. Yes, the Germans and the Japanese have that. But even in the case of the US, there's a lot of pencils in the US that are made somewhere else, or part of the pencil is made, like the wood is from somewhere else, or the wood is from here, but the graphite is from some other country. So it's not that simple to lay out. But in this particular case, yes, all of these pencils were made in India and imported, in this case, into the United States. So off the bat, it's funny, I spent like half an hour looking at these just for fun the other day, and I was like a kid with a brand new toy. They're beautiful, they're really well made. Somebody really took care about the packaging. When you open the boxes, it'll have something else. So for example, the Doms one had this incredible eraser that comes in a box, and my son's already got dips for this, so he's gonna get this after I film this video. And then the ones from Hindustan Pencils all bring a little eraser and a little sharpener, which of course I haven't used, and I probably won't because I have a mechanical and electric sharpener. So that's that. Then when it comes to the pencils, after playing, and I'll show what they look like. In the case of Doms, I found that the lead was a little, sometimes it had like a little impurity in it, very rarely, but very strong, really strong to the use. No breaks. This thing will not break. I mean, you could like, yeah, you could be like hitting a wall with this and it won't break. So that was really good. Incredible high quality. I love that they have a little saying, you know, for beautiful handwriting. Just the packaging is really nice. Yeah, so very good. In the case of the Nataraj, they were about the same as Doms in coloration, or shade, because pencils are always a little different even when they're all say they're HB. I don't think the standard is adhered to exactly. But these are so cool. Look at that. It says Be Bold. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice touch. And then in the case of Apsara, it says, for good handwriting. Yeah, very nice. Love it. So, and of course, the selling is always about darkness. And of all three, Apsaras are the ones that are gonna be mine. I'm gonna use these more. These are my favorite. So if I go to, let me see if I can take this off the view. So if I go and show the handwriting, D is for Doms. Doms was very similar to my Target pencils. Although it felt a little better, but it was still very similar. Ever slightly darker than the Target pencils. Exquisite. I really like the way they write. Then when I started using, and that's why I put the D up here, when I started writing on Apsara, that's when I was like, oh, this is my pencil. It's softer but hard, and it writes a little darker. And like the person who made the comment, this pencil, this Apsara pencil, as far as I'm concerned, if you told me this was a $1 pencil that was made in Japan, I would have believed you. And I would have said, oh, thank you. Thank you for getting me Japanese pencils. Really. I mean, not to say that these other ones aren't. They're very nice and very well done. But especially for me, for my taste, I'm going to buy more of these for sure. I mean, I'm not going to go buy them right now, but because I still have a few. And in my son's case, because he sharpens pencils by hand, he thought that the wood for the Nataraj was really, really nice. So his favorite is this one, so I'm going to give them all to him. I'll just maybe like keep one for my now new pencil collection. And so yeah, I wrote a bunch on Apsara because I enjoyed it. And then at some point I said, see how it's darker? And yeah, and I erased on all of them because I always make mistakes. And yeah, they don't smear, they're really high quality. But look at that color. Yeah, pretty cool. Apsara is my pencil for sure. One of them, up there with the Mitsubishi pencil. And then I started writing with the Narajas. Yeah, with the Nataraj. I'm sorry that I'm mispronouncing it wrong. Nataraj. Yeah, with the Nataraj. And it is a little lighter. It's a little lighter, made by the same company, but you can barely tell the difference. On the touch, the Apsaras were the best. They were the softest. For me, I like soft. But then Nataraj was all right. So there you go. Those are the 3 pencils. And thank you for the person who recommended that I look them up. And yeah, cool.